As you mentioned, Anthony, the economy is strong. Things are looking very, very well economically for this country. Hiring is very, very difficult for folks who are looking for workers, which is actually a good sign and a wonderful thing for graduates of college. So many things are pointing in the right direction. Immigration, even though the courts are issuing setback after setback, I think this president is advancing the ball on immigration. He's driving the agenda. I think things are looking pretty good for the Republicans overall in November. I think that what we're looking at here is an election wedge issue that the Democrats are piling on. I understand your point, and I understand the point that you're making, and that is you think the president may have made a mistake. But don't you see a little bit of piling on here and an election issue, something for the Democrats to glom onto here?
No question. Listen, I mean, the reason why they're screeching and screaming and the reason why they're threatening violence and they're trying to prevent people from having a decent meal in different places, they're doing that because they don't really have a good strategy. Their policies have failed. President Obama, with all due respect to him, he said, well, what is President Trump going to do? A potential President Trump wave a magic wand and the jobs are going to come back? Well, guess what happened? Through good policy and through thoughtful tax reform, you've got the economy rolling again, heading towards 3.5% GDP growth. So again, what do we know? We know great policy can help the American people, and bad policy, even though it may be well-intentioned by the left, actually hurts the American people and cripples living standards. And so they don't really have a great strategy. So what are they going to do? They throw out the racist card. They throw out the treason card now. They're screeching so hard that the average American is tuning them out. But what I don't want the president to do is make unnecessary, unforced errors that he doesn't need to do. He can soundly win the midterm elections. He can soundly win re-election. He's going to have an unbelievable track record to run on. But the mainstream media has caught their hair on fire with hatred for the man. And so let's not give them any reason to run with a narrative that's a false narrative. And the president, I give him a lot of credit today for walking those statements back.
All right. So before I let you go, I want to look at this story in and of itself, because it's not going to go away. Even though the president did walk back what he said in Helsinki, you know the mainstream media is like an attack dog. They're at the president's ankle right now, and they're not going to let go. We have former CIA Director John Brennan essentially calling President Trump a treasonous president in a tweet. And then you have John McCain. You know, God bless his soul. He's saying some very disparaging words about the President of the United States. These are weak Republicans aligning with Democrats who are on the Obama team and, in my opinion, tried to destroy our constitutional republic. So you have these now alliances, if you will, between John McCain and John Brennan and Schumer and Paul Ryan. What now? Where does the president go with this?
Well, you know, I said as much this morning. I said that what will happen if he doesn't shift tactics, he's going to create unnatural alliances on the playing field against him, and we want to avoid that as well. But listen, you know, he is a change agent. He's a disruptor in chief.
Right.
The people that you're mentioning are been in Washington forever. The preponderance of their adult life, they've lived in Washington. They know the operation of the swamp. They've benefited from that operation. And they don't like the idea that somebody like President Trump can come in there and end their business practices that have led to $20+ trillion of debt, wars that have really gone nowhere, where we've killed over 1 million people in the Middle East. They don't want somebody coming in to change and alter their business model. And so there's a bipartisan establishment commitment to attack this president. And so what we have to do in supporting the president is we have to go direct to the American people, like on your great show and other shows, and say, okay, here's what he's trying to do. He's for you. You know, I thought it was great when Secretary Clinton said, I'm with her, and President Trump said, well, I'm with you. You can be with her, but I'm with you. And so the American people know what's up. The gig is up. The mainstream media has been exposed for its biases and for its inimical hatred. And the establishment on both sides has also now been exposed. And so what we need to do, though, is we have to make sure that the president stays on message discipline so that he can communicate directly with the American people the message they need to hear so he can stay in office and continue to solve the problems that have been intractable for the establishment over the last 30 years.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.